What's up guys, this is the Honest Outlaw here, and we have another First Shots video. And this time it's going to be the most requested gun from my patron polls on the channel. And this is going to be the Sig X5 Legion. The real talk of the town this year. This has been the gun that's supposed to be the next competition great thing. And it actually has a lot of features that most guns don't have, so I'm really interested in trying it. Now, for those of you who watch the channel a lot, you know that I'm not the biggest Sig fan in the world. I feel like their quality control and stuff has gone down over the years. However, they've also been making some really cool stuff lately with the 365 XL, which I also am gonna have here shortly. And this particular gun here, which I happen to get from another YouTuber. His name is KS Gun Guy. We're buddies, we do chats together, and if you're subscribed to me and you feel like watching some other cool gun videos, go over and subscribe to him as well, because he actually provided this gun for the channel. This is actually his firearm. He sent this guy for me for review, and I really appreciate it, because like I said, this is probably the gun I'm most excited about getting my paws on this year. Now, let's go through the gun real quick, and then we'll take it out and we'll shoot it for the first time. I haven't shot this gun at all yet. You guys are with me for the first shot, so it should be pretty exciting. So it's just a P320 with a whole lot of bells and whistles. Let's start up top here with the fiber optic sights. It's got the green fiber optic sights on it. Very thin front sight. I'm absolutely in love with that. Almost the thinner the better for me, so you can get a really, really good, accurate sight picture. It's got an adjustable rear sight, and you can remove that and probably put on a Sig Romeo. I would imagine that's what it's cut for. The M17 has a Leopold Delta point, so it's cut for some sort of red dot that I'll tell you in the full review if you don't already know. And if you know, leave it in the comment section. It's got a light and slide, which to me is a little hilarious, right? Because SIGs always have a gigantic slide, so to lighten it is amusing to me. But they did lighten it, and I like that. The lighter the slide and the heavier the frame, the less recoil and pulse you're going to feel, and that's what they're really working with this, because not only does it have the light and slide, but it has the tungsten infused grip module. The SIG pistols, if you don't already know, have a chassis in them, so the lower portion is actually not the firearm, and you can transition it to whatever lower you want. You can buy these on SIG's website. You can even buy this tungsten infused one, although I've heard it's quite pricey. What the tungsten infused does, it gives you the polymer flex that allows you a little bit of that low recoil, and then it adds weight, which also helps out with low recoil. So it's basically the best of both worlds. It comes with the tack rail, it comes with the awesome Sik Trigger, which I have tried, and it is pretty excellent in my personal opinion. Has a pretty good magazine release, a big, actually beveled out magwell, which I really like. Even on expensive guns like the Tactical Sport Orange, you'll find a lot of notches and stuff in there that you can get your magazine caught on when you're trying to do reloads. And what's the damn point of a magwell if it doesn't help you funnel in the magazine? So great job with SIG on that. It also has a big takedown lever you can use as a gas pedal while you're shooting. That's going to be pretty cool as well. And this whole gun comes in at right around $900, making it very, very available for even your average competitive shooter. I wouldn't say you'd want to get into it maybe for your first gun, for your first match. Just get a random Glock, or maybe get a Gen 1 M&P that for 350 bucks. Go shoot the match, see if you like it. But if you really get into it and you like a striker-fired gun with a consistent trigger pull all the way through, this might be the way to go, but we'll find out today when we go shoot it.
And go.
All right, so the first time I'm going to shoot this gun, I've loaded up some 17 round mags here. KS's came with 4 magazines. I'm not sure if that's what they come with. Looks like it came with one extended one as well. I don't know if that's extended or it just has a base plate on it, but we'll figure that all out for the full review. And we'll shoot it for the very first time here at 90 yards, except for, give me a second and I'll put my ear pro in.
That's probably a good idea.
And my ear pro are Surefire earplugs, because I like them. There we go. Where am I hitting at here? Oh, we're hitting low. There we go. Now we got it figured out. Hold that last one. That's not the best group I've ever shot, I'll tell you that. I shot a lot better with the IWI the other day.
Heck yeah, you did.
It's about an inch group at 10 yards. We'll try that one more time. That one's a little better. There we go. That's a little bit better. Bang, bang, and bang. The outside one was the original one. I put 1, 2, and then 3 right here. We'll shoot that one more time just to confirm it. It looks like it's on, which makes no sense because when I was shooting at 90 yards, I couldn't hit anything until I aimed like a foot above the target, and then I was landing them right in there.
It is really windy today, though.
Yeah, but that wouldn't affect elevation.
I guess.
I mean, these aren't like the world's fastest or slowest groups or anything. 1, 2, 3. That's weird. I put another one right there. 2, 3. So these are half-inch groups. Figure do the kindergarten inch rule. Yeah, half-inch group at 10 yards.
Very scientific.
Yeah, I like to think I'm a bit of a scientist. All right, now that we got that boring shit out of the way, this is what I want to do. When I got this gun, this is exactly what I'm gonna do. I want to go fast. Goes fast.
Certainly does.
All right, so we'll go up to 10 yards here. This gun wants to go fast, and I'm gonna let it. So one thing I noticed with the reload is we have the one big stick with the base pad, and that seems to reload a hell of a lot better in that magazine well than these stock magazines do. Obviously, they still work. However, getting them in there and trying to push up in there is actually more of a detriment than a help. So when you get a mag well like this, they are designed to have base plates on them.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I don't hate this thing.
It's pretty neat.
All right, so by popular demand, my wife, my beautiful wife, is gonna shoot today. And she's gonna try out this Q5, or this X5 rather. I always say Q5, I'm used to the Walter, because I think she'll like it. So we'll see how she does. There you go.
Well, that doesn't suck.
It jumps a little bit more than my Shadow does.
Yeah.
Recoil is good. I'm having a little trouble at distance for some reason, so we're gonna start small here, and we're gonna aim at those pepper poppers and maybe some 6-inch plates at about 25 yards, and just shoot a couple rounds at them, and if I start hitting them, we'll move back to 50. Yep. So now we're at 50 yards, and the previous SIG that I tried had a similar sight radius, not near as good a sights, which was the M17, and I was able to almost consistently hit those plates from here. So we'll start small, the IPSC target, move to the 1/3 IPSC target, and let's just see what we can hit from 50. Whoa. I don't know what's going on. All right, so that 1/3 IPSC target's about 8 inches wide or so, and I can hit that fairly inconsistently. I'm not really sure what's going on.
It's a little strange.
It is. I can't get those blades. I'm gonna move over and shoot that paper at 50 and see if we're hitting high, low, what.
Watch out for the horse poop.
That's fair. I was just checking. So I think maybe we figured out our problem. Maybe I wasn't shooting high, maybe I was actually shooting right. This is the grouping here at 50 yards on paper. And it's not a terrible grouping, honestly. I mean, it's a fist-sized grouping at 50 yards. It's pretty good, except for that guy. Won't worry about that guy. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 shots right there. So all it is about, you know, 4 or 5 inches right of the actual paper itself here. So I think that's the reason why I can hit those IPSC targets every single time. I'm probably just hitting them on the edge. If you actually look over there, they'd still hit no problem. But with the 6-inch plates, that's about a 6-inch circle right there. So all of them are going off the right edge. First impressions of the Sig Sauer P320 X5 Legion. My first impression is it's got too long of a name. That is ridiculous. We're just gonna call it the X5 from now on. My second impression is that it is as advertised as far as the tungsten grip. It does have lower recoil than the 320, for sure. It absolutely does. It has obviously about 9 or 10 more ounces than the 320, so if you're considering a carry gun, maybe that's actually a bad idea. However, I have noticed the whole rocking system of the Sig is still in place. I feel like my double taps with a CZ or a 2011 are still faster. Now that could be training. This is really the first shots I've ever shot to this gun. And I'm gonna put 1,000 rounds to this gun if KS doesn't object for the review, and see if I can really zero this guy in, because I think it has a lot of potential. Maybe I just don't shoot it as well as I feel like I shoot CZs or 2011s or the Q5 match SF. I shot significantly better than this right away. And maybe that's because I had the PPQ match, the polymer version. Maybe I was used to that. To me, there's a couple of things with Sig I don't love, and number one is that tiny grip. As you can see here, when I grip my hand around it, I don't have a whole lot from my support hand to hold on to. And honestly, the texture on this gun is not as good as something like a CZ of 2011 or the steel frame match. So if this were my gun, I might talon grip this guy, and maybe that would change the game a little bit. I'm also gonna have to zero the sight a little bit, or not. I can always Kentucky windage it depending on what old KS wants me to do. But there's a lot of good things I like about this gun. There's a few things I don't like about it right off the bat, but maybe those things will change throughout the course of the review. Sorry for the wind just picked up. It's Iowa, we're the 4th windiest state. What are you gonna do? We've got a dead cat on our mic and everything, but it just is what it is. So far, it's a rockin' little Sig. It shoots super fast up close, which is what it's designed to do. Far away, we had a pretty good group, just not where we wanted it. And consistency is what you're looking for when you're trying to zero a gun. So as long as we had a tight group somewhere, you can always adjust your sights to change that point of impact. So far so good. Stay tuned for the full review. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please support your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.